Okay, so in the previous video we finished our core class content. Now I would like to move to our controller library. So this is our core class content, which almost comprises the URL related stuffs. Now I need to more focus on the controller. So as I explained in the very beginning, within the MVC workflow, we are using model, view, and controller. So controller means some sort of an intermediate actor that deals with both views and models. So all the controller classes that we are extending using this controller base class must having functions related to call a specific model and call a specific view. Okay. So that's what we are going to declare inside this class. So again, I can simply specify as PHP class controller. Make sure you have the same name as the file, don't change it. Okay. So now I need two functions. First function is public function model to load the specific model. Uh, to load the model, and I need another function to load the corresponding view. Okay, to load the view, and inside the model I must call this corresponding model. Okay, so I don't need to explicitly check whether the model exists or not. If I'm calling a specific model, it must be exist. Okay, but if you are saying thinking like okay, it's not, we need to first check whether the model exists or not, then go on, you can do the corresponding functions, but I will just using require ones over here. Okay, because if you are calling a specific model, uh, it normally have that model because the control is always associated with the corresponding model, no? Right? But it's up to you. You can do the changes. You will go to the app and models folder. Sorry. Then I will check the model name. Not actually checking. I will simply calling it .php. Right. After I require it, I will return it as a model. Okay. So the corresponding controller will have that model functionalities has been loaded. Okay, so it will just return object per se, right? New model, right? So this is instantiate the model and pass it to the controller, uh, maybe controller variable, controller member variable. Okay. Likewise, I will load the view. Sorry, but inside this view I will first check whether the view exists or not. Okay, you can do the same thing for the model as I said before, uh, this but in this case I will just check whether the view exists or not only in the view method. So app views, so which view, that is specified the view variable and entered as .php. So if it exists, simply we need to load it using require once app views, and which view, the view specified in the variable and entered in .php. Make sure you specify the corresponding delimiters correctly, otherwise it will invoke errors. Sorry. Else, if it is not, simply die by invoking a message called corresponding view does not exist. Okay, does not exist. Right, let me check my recommendations. Okay, I think we are almost correct, almost finished our controller class. So inside our controller, let's say pages, I must extend this base controller class, extends controller. So I will inherit all the functionalities related to this controller, so I don't need to explicitly instantiate it. Now after loading the controller, we can call the corresponding view or method functions. So in this case I will call a view. So in the views folder I will simply create I don't know, maybe about view, v about. Okay, so I will use v underscore as a prefix to indicate it as a view. So inside this view, again this is a PHP content, but I can have the HTML content as well. HTML head title, can have any title. For instance, I will just say about, and I can close the title and close the head, and I guess open the body, right? And maybe this is the about view. After that I can simply close the HTML. So v about view, v about view, v about, right? So now if I call the v about, it will call this view. Okay, so again simply refresh it. Okay, so this is the about view. So how do I pass the data to the view? Simply we can declare an associative array over here to take this data and pass it to the corresponding view. Okay, but we need I think more functions inside this controller class to specify that functionality. But yeah, for now our functions working correctly. So this is our controller, this is our method, and this is our view that has been called, right? So for this episode I think these stuffs are enough, and I will show you in the next video. Thank you.